This bird isn't sleeping, it hasn't been alive for years. Yet it stands here, frozen in time, turned completely to stone. Welcome to Lake Natron, Africa's lake of death, where anything that enters these waters never truly leaves. Bats, songbirds, eagles, all perfectly preserved as if a dark wizard cast a petrifying spell across these waters. But what could possibly turn living creatures into what looks like ancient stone statues? The answer will shock you. Welcome to Hidden Africa, where we uncover the continent's most extraordinary untold stories and mysteries. Today, we journey to Tanzania's most dangerous waters to reveal why this lake creates nature as most haunting art. Our journey takes us to the East African Rift Valley, where the earth itself is slowly tearing apart. Here, at the border of Tanzania and Kenya, sits a lake that defies everything we think we know about water. Lake Natron stretches 57 kilometers long, a blood-red scar carved into the African landscape. From a distance, it looks like something from another planet. And in many ways, it is. The smell hits you first. Ammonia is so strong it burns your nostrils from hundreds of meters away. Then the heat. Water temperatures here can reach 60 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to cause severe burns. And the chemistry. These waters have a pH of 10.5, almost as caustic as pure ammonia. Extreme heat, deadly alkalinity. Mineral-rich waters. Together, they create nature's most terrifying preservation system. Scientists have known about Lake Natron for over a century, but its deadly secret remained hidden until recently. It took British photographer Nick Brandt to show the world what this lake truly does to animals. In 2010, Brandt arrived at Lake Natron expecting to photograph flamingos. What he found instead changed everything. Scattered along the shoreline were dozens of perfectly preserved birds, bats, and other small creatures. Brandt carefully arranged these natural statues, creating some of the most haunting wildlife photography ever captured. When his photographs went viral, the world gasped. Many refused to believe the images were real. Critics screamed Photoshop. Scientists dismissed it as exaggeration. But the truth was far stranger than fiction. So researchers decided to investigate. What they discovered confirmed the lake's terrifying reputation and explained everything. The secret lies in one compound, natron, the same mineral ancient Egyptians used to mummify their pharaohs. For 3,000 years, Egyptians harvested natron to preserve their dead for eternity. Nature does the same thing here. But where does Lake Natron get its deadly supply? The answer rises 15 kilometers to the south. Meet Aldoño Lengai. The Maasai call it the Mountain of God. It's the world's only active natrocarbonatite volcano. While most volcanoes spew orange lava, this mountain produces something bizarre. Lava so cold, you could almost touch it. Every eruption sends sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate streaming downhill, directly into Lake Natron's basin. For 5 million years, these minerals have accumulated, creating one of Earth's most hostile aquatic environments. Intense evaporation concentrates the chemicals even further. During dry season, toxicity levels skyrocket. The result? Water that can strip the ink from a printed photo and burn through skin in minutes. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. These animals didn't turn to stone the way you might think. Despite the headlines, Lake Natron doesn't instantly freeze animals in place like some mythological Medusa. The truth is more complex. These creatures die first, from the heat, the caustic burns, or exhaustion. Then the lake's chemistry goes to work, coating their bodies in a thick layer of sodium carbonate deposits. The result isn't true stone, but a mineral casing so perfect it preserves every feather, every hair, every detail. But why do so many birds fall victim? Scientists believe the lake's reflective surface creates a deadly optical illusion. The glassy red waters mirror the sky so perfectly that migrating birds mistake it for clear sky or solid ground. They dive in to drink or rest and discover too late that they've entered a chemical death trap. Humans aren't immune either. Several researchers have suffered severe chemical burns from brief contact. Today, anyone studying Lake Natron must wear full protective gear and limit their time near the water. Yet somehow, incredibly, millions of creatures not only survive in these deadly waters, they thrive. How is this possible? How can anything live where virtually everything dies? The answer is evolution's miracle. Stay with us, because what these flamingos have adapted to do here will completely change how you see survival. If you're finding this journey incredible, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what comes next. Every year, over 2 million lesser flamingos descend upon Lake Natron for the most dangerous breeding season on Earth. The lesser flamingo is East Africa's most numerous flamingo species and one of the world's most specialized survivors. Their secret, evolution has given them tough, scaly skin on their legs that resists the lake's corrosive chemistry. They never drink from the main lake. Instead, they seek out freshwater springs that bubble up through the lake bed. Their curved bills contain specialized filters that extract microscopic algae while blocking deadly salts and minerals. What do they eat? Spirulina, a blue-green algae that thrives in these extreme alkaline conditions. But why choose such a dangerous location? Because nothing else can survive here. No predators, no competition. The lake's deadly chemistry becomes a fortress, protecting precious eggs and chicks from would-be attackers. Each pair builds a small mud volcano, raising their single egg above the caustic waters and scorching heat. For 30 days, parents take turns incubating in brutal conditions. Temperatures can reach 50 degrees Celsius. When chicks finally hatch, they face an immediate life or death challenge that tests their very survival. They must march across kilometers of burning salt flats to reach fresh water, often with salt shackles forming on their legs. The caustic mud crystallizes around their thin legs, creating heavy anklets that can trap them permanently. Conservation teams now monitor hatching seasons, freeing trapped chicks who would otherwise die within sight of safety. Despite these challenges, Lake Natron produces over 75% of the world's lesser flamingo population. This single lake represents the most critical breeding habitat for an entire species. Lose this, lose the flamingos. But the flamingos aren't the only ones with a deep connection to this mysterious lake. The Maasai have known its secrets for centuries. For the Maasai people, Lake Natron sits in the shadow of their most sacred mountain, the Mountain of God. Yet they also harvested the lake's mineral deposits for trade and traditional medicine, understanding its dual nature. European explorers first documented Lake Natron in the late 1800s, initially dismissing local warnings as superstition. They learned the hard way when camera equipment corroded, metal rusted overnight, and several team members suffered severe burns. Today, scientists from around the world journey here to study one of Earth's most extreme environments. Their questions range from basic chemistry to the origins of life itself. How did life first adapt to hostile environments? Lake Natron has revealed extremophile bacteria that survive conditions once thought completely incompatible with life. NASA scientists studied these organisms for clues about potential life on Mars and other hostile worlds. 4 billion years ago, early Earth may have looked remarkably like Lake Natron, hostile, extreme, yet teeming with microbial life. Lake Natron itself formed about 2 million years ago as the East African Rift Valley pulled the continent apart. The same forces that will one day split Africa in two created this deadly basin between two rising fault blocks. Wet season dilutes the chemicals. Dry season concentrates them to deadly levels. Satellite data reveals Lake Natron has been shrinking over the past 50 years, concentrating its toxins even further. Climate change threatens to alter rainfall patterns that this delicate ecosystem has depended on for millennia. But climate isn't the only threat. In 2006, a company proposed building a massive soda ash plant right here. Today, Lake Natron is partially protected, but conservationists argue it needs full national park status to ensure its survival. If you believe places like Lake Natron deserve protection, share this video. Help us tell these untold African stories. Let us return to the man who brought Lake Natron's darkest secret to light. Photographer Nick Brandt. Brandt spent years photographing African wildlife, but nothing prepared him for what he found at Lake Natron. Supporters called him a genius who revealed nature's dark poetry. Brandt's response was simple: I wanted people to see the beauty in death and understand what this lake truly does. But here's the truth many miss. You don't need to pose these creatures. The lake creates natural statues every single day. Songbirds, eagles, bats, doves, dozens of species have been found perfectly preserved along Lake Natron's shores. The preservation quality is remarkable. Individual feathers, scales, even the delicate membrane of bat wings remain intact. The process takes weeks to months, depending on the size of the creature and its position in the water. Creatures that die at the water's edge often calcify only partially, creating ghostly half-preserved remains. Natural history museums worldwide have acquired Lake Natron specimens, displaying them as examples of extreme preservation. Lake Natron is completely unique. Other alkaline lakes exist, but none match its perfect combination of deadly conditions. The volcanic input, extreme temperatures, and specific mineral composition make Lake Natron Earth's most effective natural preservation system. Beyond death and preservation, this lake supports an entire ecosystem of extremophiles that scientists are only beginning to understand. Colorful bacterial mats paint the shallow waters, creating the lake's distinctive blood red and orange appearance. These microorganisms represent some of Earth's most resilient life forms, thriving where nothing else can survive. The entire food chain starts with these bacteria. Flamingos eat the algae that feeds on the bacteria that thrives on the minerals. Even some fish have adapted to the less toxic edges of the lake, adding another layer to this improbable ecosystem. Predators occasionally visit the lake's edge, but wisely keep their distance from the caustic main waters. Dozens of other bird species pass through during migration, though most have learned to avoid touching down. Life and death exist in perfect balance here, each feeding the other in nature's most extreme performance. In recent drought years, significant portions of the lake have dried entirely, threatening flamingo breeding grounds. When nesting areas dry up, flamingos simply don't breed. Entire years of reproduction can be lost in severe droughts. In 2009, a prolonged drought caused a near-complete breeding failure, a warning of what could become normal. Beyond climate, human activity in the watershed increasingly impacts water flow into this fragile system. Agricultural expansion and water extraction upstream reduce the freshwater springs flamingos depend on for drinking. Local populations are growing, and with growth comes pressure to develop resources, including the lake's valuable minerals. Despite the 2006 victory, soda ash extraction proposals resurface periodically. The economic incentive hasn't disappeared. Conservationists argue ecotourism and research value far exceeds short-term extraction profits. The debate continues. Carefully managed tourism could provide sustainable income while protecting the lake's unique character and wildlife. Research institutions pay significant fees to study here, generating income while adding to human knowledge. For the Maasai, the lake represents irreplaceable cultural heritage that cannot be measured in economic terms alone. Lake Natron is designated a Ramsar wetland of international importance, but this provides limited legal protection. Significant portions of the lake and surrounding watershed remain outside protected boundaries, vulnerable to development. Organizations like BirdLife International continue fighting for expanded protections and sustainable management plans. Increasingly, local communities are becoming partners in conservation, recognizing the lake's long-term value. Educational programs teach young Tanzanians about their unique natural heritage and the importance of protection. Recent research continues to reveal surprises. New extremophile species are discovered almost every year. These organisms may hold secrets for developing new medicines, industrial processes, and environmental cleanup technologies. Lake Natron also serves as a climate monitoring station, its chemistry responding sensitively to regional changes. Sediment cores from the lakebed contain thousands of years of climate history, helping scientists understand past changes. The connection between lake and volcano provides unique opportunities to study volcanic activities' impact on aquatic systems. Beyond science, Lake Natron continues to inspire artists, photographers, and filmmakers from around the world. For photographers, the lake offers perhaps the most dramatic landscape shots anywhere in East Africa. Documentary crews regularly feature Lake Natron, bringing its strange beauty to audiences worldwide. Social media has introduced millions to Lake Natron's mysteries, though sometimes spreading misinformation along with wonder. Remember, the lake doesn't instantly petrify animals. It preserves the already dead. The truth is equally fascinating. If you ever visit Lake Natron, respect its dangers. Stay with guides, never touch the water, and observe from safe distances. The best time to see flamingos, October through March, when breeding colonies gather in their millions. Combine your visit with all Doña Lingai Trek's Maasai village experiences or Serengeti and Ngoro excursions. Support organizations protecting Lake Natron. Every contribution helps ensure flamingos keep dancing on these red waters. Lake Natron represents just one of countless African ecosystems under threat. Each deserves our attention and protection. Africa holds more natural wonders than any other continent, each with stories waiting to be discovered and shared. That's why Hidden Africa exists, to uncover these untold stories and share them with the world. The flamingos of Lake Natron teach us something profound. Life finds a way, even in the most hostile places. They've adapted to thrive where nothing else can survive, a testament to evolution's endless creativity. Everything here is connected. The volcano feeds the lake feeds the algae feeds the flamingos, and humans. We decide whether this system continues for another million years or ends within our lifetimes. There's hope. Conservation efforts are growing. Local communities are engaging. Awareness is spreading, thanks to you watching. Remember that stone bird from our opening? It's not a monument to death, it's a reminder of how extraordinary nature can be. Death and life dance together here in perfect balance, neither possible without the other. And despite all we've learned, Lake Natron keeps its deepest secrets. New mysteries emerge with every expedition. What other wonders lie beneath those red waters? What else will science reveal? The exploration continues. As we conclude our journey to Africa's Lake of Death, one question remains. What do you think about Lake Natron? Comment below and tell us, would you dare to visit Lake Natron? What shocked you most about this story? Your comments help us choose future videos. The Hidden Africa community shapes what we explore next. If this journey fascinated you, hit that subscribe button and join thousands exploring Africa's hidden wonders. Turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly explorations of Africa's most extraordinary, untold stories. Share this video with someone who loves nature, mysteries, or Africa. Help us spread these incredible stories. Coming soon, we investigate Africa's underwater caves, lost kingdoms, and creatures that shouldn't exist. Stay tuned. If Lake Natron fascinated you, watch our exploration of Africa's most dangerous volcanoes linked in the description. Or discover Africa's most mysterious animal behaviors, another video that will change how you see this continent. Check out our African Natural Wonders playlist for more incredible landscapes and phenomena like this. Special thanks to the researchers, conservationists, and photographers whose work made this video possible. Have questions or suggestions? Reach us directly on WhatsApp at the number in the description. Businesses and creators wanting to collaborate on African content, we'd love to hear from you. Lake Natron reminds us that Africa holds wonders beyond imagination, places where death creates art and life defies odds. Every corner of this continent has stories like this, waiting for curious minds to discover and share them. Hidden Africa, uncovering the continent's most extraordinary untold stories. One video at a time. Thank you for joining this journey. Your views, likes, and comments fuel our mission to explore and protect Africa.